Hello again, and this installment of Spiritual Wisdom. I'm grateful to all of you who follow me here and of this little community here on YouTube. And to all of you who follow me here, welcome back. So if you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Nicholas, and on my channel I talk about witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, self-love, and all matter of philosophical and spiritual topics. Today I'm going to be talking about how to find your right path. Now, how to find the right path for you is a very difficult question. It makes it even more difficult when you get angelical people. Now, of course, and Christianity is not the problem, because Christianity is a philosophy, an idea, a concept. What resonates with some people and doesn't resonate with everyone. There are many paths to God, there are many paths to divinity, and there are many paths to wisdom. But it can be confusing because there'll be some people, even though a priest should be wise and all that, you get some priests that are very angelical but think what the only way to God and the only true way and the right way is the Christian way or the Catholic way, which is not true. And no matter how nice their robes are or wherever they come from, that's not true. That's just someone being angelical. And as I've said, rather it's a religious preacher or a priest or priestess or an everyday someone walking a spiritual path, be very wary of people who say their path and their way is the only way and the true way. Be very wary of people like that and very sceptical, because there are no true way, right way. There's only the way which right and true for you. For some people that is the Catholic faith or Christianity, some branch of Christianity. For some people it is Judaism, that's the right path for them. For some people it's Islam, for some people it's Buddhism, Hinduism, Sikhism. There are thousands and millions of religions, and that's why there's not one size fits all in life. That's something we need to learn in life, but one size does not fit all. And if there was only one way to find God and there was only one way to find answers, there wouldn't be all these different paths. Because every religion is just a different set of beliefs, a different set of ideas and perspectives. Because all religions are man-made. They're divinely inspired, but they're man-made. And a lot of spiritual paths are just the same. And it can be confusing because, like, when I first started it, I was very much interested in witchcraft. Witchcraft is not a religion, it's a magical practice, and it's an art, and it's also, as a practicing witch, witchcraft's also a personal journey. Everyone practices it different, and you can blend religion and witchcraft together, because you get Buddhist witches, Hindu, you get Christian witches, and there's different ways you would go. But Wicca is a religion, but when I first started out, I was an eclectic Wiccan witch. So someone who borrowed from different magical practices and traditions but were opened. Someone who followed the Wiccan religion because it resonated with me. A lot of the Wiccan beliefs resonated with me. And then, I also practiced witchcraft. But Wicca and witchcraft are not the same. I've spoke about that in the channel, because witchcraft's magical practice, Wicca is a religion. Not all Wiccans are witches, and not all witches are Wiccan. It's so important to remember that. But you can be a Wiccan and practice witchcraft. And you can be a witch and also follow the Wiccan religion. But they're not the same thing, Wicca and witchcraft. And because that's a big misconception. And then paganism's umbrella term, which describes a variety of different faiths which don't have any Abrahamic roots. But in order to find the right path for you, because I did start out with Wicca and it resonated with me at the time, but as I learned more, there's still elements of Wicca in my practice, but the Wiccan religion no longer resonates with me. So in my life now, in my practice, I identify as an eclectic pagan witch. Someone who borrows from magical practices and traditions but are opened, and someone who works with a lot of pagan gods and has a lot of pagan beliefs, and then someone who practices magic and practices witchcraft. the art of witchcraft, because witchcraft is a craft, it's an art, and everyone practices it differently. But you can start out with one path. Like if you're interested in witchcraft and you look at all the different paths, you could start out being a green witch. That feels right for you right now. But then maybe 5 years, 10 years down the line, green witchcraft is no longer for you. Or maybe you're not leaving green witchcraft entirely, it's just maybe a new path has come into your life and you want to delve into that, and it feels resonant with you, and that's okay, because you can start out in one direction and then you can feel like you can go a new direction. But in order to find what path is right for you, you've got to listen to your heart and your inner voice. We've all got intuition, and sometimes meditating on what path is right for me, you may have a few ideas, but just listening to that inner voice, your heart, that'll give you the answer. And you find what path's right for you by going, does it resonate? And again, bear in mind, you might walk many paths before you find the one that's right for you, and don't be afraid to chop and change things, because we always have the ability to change, because what resonates for you right now may not resonate in 5 or 6 years to come. When you first start out, you don't want to box yourself in as anything. You don't want to label yourself as anything. Be that. I think if you're on a spiritual journey, you're curious. You're going to look at different religions. You're going to look at different spiritual paths before you find the right fit. In my case, for a time, Christianity did feel right, because I was brought up Catholic. For a time, that did feel right. But as I got a lot older, Christianity just didn't feel right. But I was interested in lots of different religions, and I dipped my toe in many different paths, like Buddhism, Christianity, and a lot of other paths, before I found the one that was right for me. And being an eclectic Wiccan witch, that worked for a while. But as I got older, witchcraft is the right path for me. But what the label that fits with me and resonates with me is being an eclectic pagan witch. That label resonates with me. And that's how you know if a path is right for you. If it feels right in your heart and your gut. No one can tell you. I can't tell you. No one can tell you if a spiritual path or a religion is right for you. No one has the right to tell you that. There will be people who say, oh yes, the Christian path, or this. You'll get angelical people, angelical Christians, people from all walks of life, but are very blinded. They're very angelical and they're very blinded, because they believe because their path is right for them, but it's right for everyone, which is a very clouded view of the world. Just because something, like you might be a size 10, right? So a size 10 is going to fit you, but the person next to you is a size 5. So finding the right path, it's like finding the right shoe, and finding the right shoe that you like and that fits you, that's what it's like, finding the right path. But also when you find the right path, it feels right in your heart and soul. But unfortunately, people can go, well, if what is the true God? What is the true path? People can find it very confusing, because in reality, there are no true path. There are no one way to see God. God comes into your life in a way you understand, and Spirit comes into your life in a way you understand. Just because the man over there, they're a size 10 and the shoes fit them, and you're a size 5, obviously the size 10's not going to fit you, But unfortunately, in life, you get a lot of Christians that are like this. They think because it's the right path for them. I'm not saying Christians are the only ones to do it, but you get people who go, because it's right for me, it's right for everyone else. And that's a very clouded view and a very foolish way of looking at things. But at the end of the day, in order to find out what path is right for you, you've got to go inwards. Only you know if something's right or not. By listening to your heart and your gut, you're going to know if something resonates or doesn't resonate with you, you know. And there's a lot of things that don't sit right with me in the Christian path. That's why it doesn't resonate. But it's not all bad. It's just, and it's not all good. It's just a path that doesn't resonate. And to me, there's more answers, more questions rather than answers in that path. That's just my take on it. But for someone, you know, because they're a size 10, that fits them, you know. And again, different with the order, we as people tend to think, or we get into a stage of thinking what one size fits all. And that's one of the biggest lessons my angels and guides have taught me. One of the biggest lessons I've learned in this life. One size does not fit all. There's many ways to do things. Now, I do not agree with skinning a cat, but they say there's many ways to skin a cat. What that means is there's many ways to go about something, you know. And in order to find the right path, what's right for me is not going to be right for you. No one can tell you what's right and wrong for you. Only you can do that. And you find the answer by listening to your heart and your inner voice, your intuition. Because that all the answers you're looking for don't lie outside of you. They lie deep inside of you. And that's my message in this video today. As always, I hope it resonates, I hope it makes sense. And I just felt like I had to make this video for such a long time, because in reality there are no right or wrong path, or there's no one true way to see God or Spirit. Spirit comes into your life in a way to help you, in a way that you understand, and the path which right for you, you'll know what one is right for you by listening to your heart and your inner voice. And when you find the right path, it's like coming home, and it just feels right. You know, it's just like putting on a shoe and it feels right. Might feel a bit strange at first, but you get into it because it feels right. However, until next time, stay safe, stay magical, stay witchy, and until next time, bless it be.